Alright guys, so back to initial lighting of the pomoly pellet burner. Got it all set up here on the back porch for demo purposes. Got some pellets in the hopper. Dropped the top section off the hopper, so this is just the little one, and I just got enough pellets in there to light it and get this thing going. As mentioned in the previous video, I got my stick fire burning to cause that air draw up and out the chimney, and as you can see, there's no smoke or no anything backdrafting through the hopper. And the reason for that is A, the fire's going in there and causing the draw up the chimney as it normally should. One other thing that's worth mentioning with the pomoly pellet burner stove is it's very important that you have all your dampeners closed on your fireplace once you get your stick fire going. Anything else, any other dampeners open on the stove itself will cause smoke to back up through the chimney and out the burner and fill your tent full of smoke. That said, chimney dampener should be wide open all the time once the fire's going, and that'll get your draw going. So I got mine open now, and you can see the smoke and the heat are going right up the chimney and nothing's coming out the pellet stove. Now, if I open these up, smoke will start coming back up through the pellet smoker. Can't really see it on camera right now, but there's heat already coming up out through there, and if the pellet burner was lit, there would be smoke coming up out through this. So it's important, at least on my stove and some other recommendations I've found, that all dampeners on the stove itself are shut down. Your ventilation will be controlled through the dampener on your chimney. So there's a lot of videos out there about the pomoly pellet burner, and people are just getting roasted out of their tents, whatever, and they don't know how to choke down the pellet stove from just max heat, max heat, max heat. Well, you can achieve that through controlling it on your dampener on your fireplace. At least that's how it works for me. Alright, let's move on to initial lighting. Alright, here we go, initial light. And again guys, I recommend using a nice little torch to really get those pellets lit. Takes a couple minutes. It was a little trial and error on my part between what this little guy considers lit, what I consider lit, and when the best time to close this little door for lighting on the side. So just want to make sure that everything gets good and lit on both sides here. Come over here, do the same thing. Get a nice even light going. And it's just ripping in there. Everybody nice and happy. Trust me guys, once this thing's up and running, it does kick out the heat, something special. Again, this thing cooks inside my pomoly manta tent. Even when it was just a wood burner, this little stove is amazing. Okay. Those are good and lit. See, they're burning themselves without the help of the torch. Same thing over here. I'm gonna let them get rippy ripping. Nice and rippy ripping. Alright, and then without burning myself, those aren't that hot yet. Once those are good and ripping, fellers, go ahead and close those side doors. And yeah, that's normal. That's how it's supposed to breathe. You got your top vents open here because the weight of the pellets in there, just pushing those vents open, and they'll automatically close once she runs low. And as you can see, we've got a nice fire burning in there with the pellet stove. No smoke backtracking up through the chimney. No smoke backtracking through the hopper. I meant burner, not chimney down there. But in a nutshell, boys and gals, that's it. She's a goer. Really impressed with the quality. Heavy duty built materials. Easy to assemble. Don't know why the pomoly kids don't put owner's manuals and instruction manuals on some of their stuff, especially something like this little guy. I feel they should include some sort of lighting instructions because, like I said, trial and error. There's a few times I was trying to light it and experiment with it that had this been in a tent, I would have filled myself out with smoke in the tent. But this is how you do it, so you have no smoke coming up through your pellet burner, no smoke coming back up through the hopper. She's burning clean, she's burning hot. Yeah, the little stick fire's still down there in the bottom, but this is all pellets, guys. All pellets coming in there from the stove. And whoo doggy, is she hot already. Gravity fed. I give it a 10 out of 10, guys. I really have no complaints with this unit. There's nothing finicky about it, really. There's nothing that's, well, yeah, there's a downside here, but at least it does this. I haven't run into that yet. The reason why I like this one so much more than the Hori 5, some of you guys on some of the sites have seen me comment about the Hori 5. Not too good. I will try to post a link to Lone Wolf 902, who had an experience with the Hori 5 that changed his outlook on it 1000%. A few of his videos, he's in love with it. It works great. Doesn't understand some of the complaints people are having with it until one fine day something happened to him. If it won't let me post it here on YouTube, go check it out. It's Lone Wolf 902. Good guy, great videos. But he talks about one major flaw with the Hori 5 and a potential dangerous issue with it there that hopefully the kids at Hori address and make better. Again, I believe Pomoly did a collab with Green Stove, because this looks an awful lot like theirs, boys. I'm not even going to lie to you. But they've obviously made some changes for the Pomoly one. I think they fixed that issue they had with the Hori. Green Stove came through and added these gravity vents that close by themselves automatically to stop any sort of a backdraft or smoking up inside the tent situation. I've tried a few purposeful ways to make this thing smoke inside the tent, and if you do a few steps wrong, it will do it, and it will be a lot of smoke, and you won't be happy out in the backwoods. So hopefully this videos that I put together will help. Enjoy it. I love it. I recommend the Pomoly one over any of the others so far. And throw some stuff down there in the comments if you got questions, comments, concerns, or you think I'm doing something wrong. Like I said, it was a bunch of trial and error to get to this method to where I can get it to light every time without a single issue. Yes, it's going to get hot in some spots. It'll do that. You can see I've got some discoloring on there already just from testing it out like I explained. But this thing is absolutely ripping now, boys, with the pellets. Good luck, happy camping, and more videos to come in the future. Stay safe, guys.